So now we are now ready to determine our expenses going forward. So these are operating expenses that will ultimately impact our earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization. So to determine this, we're gonna grow this energy at a certain rate of inflation, because we know that due to costs will grow over time as a result. So what we want to do here is, first of all, we will set up an if statement. We say if and, so we are using a combination of an if and and statement. So we say if and this production year we are in, reference that cell we add for 2 times, because we have to copy this formula all the way across and also to the bottom. So if and this year is greater than or equal to, so we are setting 2 conditions there. So if that year is greater than or equal to this year, reference that cell with F for 3 times, and now we don't have to use an if statement because we already have the and in place. So we say again, by just referencing this with another condition stating that this production year, reference that cell with F for 2 times, is less than or equal to this year of our expenses, reference the cell 3 times because we have to copy it all the way down. The reason why we have to copy it all the way across, so we reference it with F for 3 times. So the reason why we are saying from this year to this year is because we know that for the leases, some of them mature in the 28th year, and also for the post PPA, it's gonna take up from the 21st year to the 30th year. So we are setting that in place, and also that's one of the reasons why we're having these conditions in place, so that by the time we fill this all the way to the right, you can see how it fits into our expenses just the way we want it to be. So if and that is greater than or equal to that year, and then if and the production year is less than or equal to the 30th year, what we want, close that bracket, what we want is to take the cost associated to those operating cost items. We take that cost, reference that with F for 3 times, and we inflate it by we inflate that cost by this CPI estimate, our consumer price index. So we inflate it by that cost, reference that cell with F for 1s, and then we raise it to the power of the inflation year. So we are setting this year to be both the degradation year and inflation year. So we anchor that cell with F for 2 times because we have to fill it down. So by so doing, we have one condition, otherwise 0. We close the bracket, just like that. And then we press enter because we already have an and, so we don't have to set up a 0 for another condition. So we do that and we press enter. So I go back to that cell, hitting F2. What I'm saying here is that if this production year is greater than or equal to the year of our expenses, the first year, and if the production yield is less than or equal to the end of the year of our expenses, then what we want is to give us that amount associated to those expenses, and we have to inflate that by that consumer price index estimate. And then we raise it to the power of that inflation year, because we know that inflation is gonna grow year by year. Otherwise, zero. We press the bracket and we press enter. The next thing we want to do here is just to make this negative, because we want to account for everything on this line of expenses to be negative. So we copy that all the way down up to this point and across. We paste special or ESF as formulas. So as you can see, if we go all the way to our list term, we can see that the first list matures in the year 2039, and then the second list kicks in 2040 until the end of the project life, just like that. So we are accounting for every expense just as it's supposed to be. And then for the contingencies, we know that it is just money set aside to cover for any unforeseen circumstances, event, or risk. So it is usually 5%, and we have it set up in our operating cost as 5%, reference that cell with F4. Then we multiply that by the sum of all of the other items which might be under risk or something, just like that. And then we can take that particular cell all the way to the end of the project life and paste it over there. So for our total expenses, we just add equals, we sum all of those, take this all the way to the end of the project life, so now as you can see, we're done with estimating our expenses. So what next we're gonna do in the next video is just account for it in megawatts per hour, and also we will estimate the earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization that will be used later on for financing. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video.